What up, everyone? It's your boy Floz and we are going to be reading Thanksgiving Reddit stories. Probably all going to be Am I the Asshole Thanksgiving stories because, well, what better stories are there? Thanksgiving was yesterday, and both when this video is coming out and when it was recorded. Yes, everything you're watching is being uploaded and recorded today, as in Black Friday right after Thanksgiving. Oh, I should have done Black Friday stories. Oh well. But let's get right into these stories. First one being, am I the asshole for not eating a Thanksgiving dish I suspect was made last year? What? 1. If a dish was made last year, what kind of godly freezer do you have? Because I want it. But off the title alone, I'm actually going to say it's 50-50 because right now you only suspect it was made last year. That's just off the title alone, so let's start reading. My husband and I, 30-ish, have a quite large family. His parents, his 2 siblings, plus spouses and kids. My divorced parents and their new spouses, plus my siblings and their spouses' kids. Is this an episode from the Brady Bunch? Altogether, we are over 20 people, so family gatherings can be overwhelming for the person hosting. And yes, my divorced parents and their new spouses get along fine. There's no drama. Okay, so we're not the Brady Bunch. Last night we celebrated Thanksgiving as a family tradition. Everyone brings a dish. Usually we communicate with each other so that way everyone is making different types of food. My sister-in-law, wife of my brother, said that she was going to bring her mom's famous sweet potato casserole. I thought it was very nice of her since her mom passed away this year and she was honoring her memory by making her recipe. However, once I saw her dish, I truly think she brought last year's leftovers instead of a big pan. She brought several small and medium containers of sweet potato casserole. Although it did not smell weird, it was very dry and just didn't look like a regular one. I didn't try it and discreetly told my husband my concerns, who also did not try it. If it is leftovers, actually, you know what? Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she had no idea how to make it, so she saw the leftovers and was like, good enough. Once Thanksgiving was over, my mother called me saying that my sister-in-law was upset because she noticed I didn't try her dish. I told my mother about my fears, and she said I'm just too picky with food, and there's no way a frozen casserole could last a year without having mold. I pointed that several containers could mean she cut up the good parts and left the moldy ones. After an awkward silence, we decided to agree to disagree and hang up. I feel bad for my sister-in-law, but I truly could not bring myself to eat something I am not 100% sure is safe. So, am I the asshole? Oh, I'm going to be honest, that's a bit of a tough one for me. As someone who is 100% a picky eater, I'm going to say your suspicions are somewhat valid. You're 70% not the asshole, in my opinion. The 30% is still to be determined. But next up we have, am I the asshole for wanting to end my friendship with my best friend after meeting her friends at Thanksgiving dinner? I mean, how bad are her friends? So right off the bat, I want to say it's kind of sounding asshole-ish, but I'm gonna go ahead and read and see what's up. So for some background, I, 20 male, met this amazing girl, 22 female, at university. She was just amazing. So I talked a bit with her and we clicked. We met more and more often at our campus bar. And about half a year ago, she even called me her best friend. Our friendship did great. We texted each other almost 24/7. Yeah, you wanna fuck. Now comes my dilemma. Around 3 months ago, I started having strange feelings. Strage? You misspelled strange for sure. I started having strage feelings when we were texting, and it turns out I was developing feelings. I knew it! I fucking knew it! Did I not call it? Around 3 months ago, I started having strage feelings when we were texting, and it turns out I was developing feelings for her. She was 24/7 on my man. Her pretty eyes, her fantastic hair, the way she acted at my birthday party when playing board games with my family, okay. I mean, she was it all, and I fell harder than I had ever fallen for a girl before. I was in love. I'm starting to assume English is not their native language or they're just really bad at typing. so I'm not really a popular guy with girls. I've never had a girlfriend before, so I didn't say anything to her because I was scared of her not loving me back. What if that would destroy our friendship? Because at the end of the day, it was only one friend I had. Yeah, you definitely don't know how to speak English. About 5 days ago. English is in no way your native language. But wait, you're celebrating Thanksgiving though. You have to be American. Oh, fuck. I take that back. You're just really bad at typing. About 5 days ago, she and I were meeting at her place, and she was telling me about her weekend out with her friends, and she mentioned a guy I never heard before, and she told me he was her real best friend. She didn't leave it there. She mentioned that 3 more times a day. That moment, something in my brain snapped. Oh, I take it, but you're not the asshole, my friend. You're not the asshole, but I'm still gonna read. I still don't really know what happened in my mind, but my insecurities and overthinking brain became the better of me. Up to the point where I felt super bad for 2 days. About 3 days ago, that ended in a full mental breakdown, something I never had before. I sat behind my laptop for homework and just started crying, and during that breakdown, I basically texted her confessing that I had a crush on her. Oh, no. Why? Why would you do that? Just cut the bitch off from your life. That's the easiest solution. Turns out she had a feeling that I had a crush on her, and as I already feared for, she did feel anything for me, and she said I was nothing more than a friend to her. Learn how to type, motherfucker! Now comes Thanksgiving dinner. Oh wait, they didn't even have Thanksgiving yet. Okay, so I was invited to her Thanksgiving dinner yesterday. She also invited 9 other friends of her. I didn't know any of them, so it was all new people to me. We were going to eat Thanksgiving dinner together, and after that play some games, and everyone would then sleep over. Learn how to type. I can't say it enough. This is I don't like reading. This is hurting my brain and making me even more discouraged to read. When I arrived, I immediately felt regret that I showed up. I don't want to blame anyone at that party for that. It was just that most of them were not my type of people. Everyone connected with each other, and I was the only one who had no idea where they were talking about, so I felt left out immediately. So to summarize, I didn't really like the party, and I spent most of my time there quite in a corner on my phone. Just buy a dictionary, buy a thesaurus, buy a synonym book, I don't care, buy something to help you. I saw my crush change quite a bit in terms of character and behavior. I mean, the girl I was extremely in love with wasn't there. She was so different from how I knew her. So now I feel like all my feelings for her are gone, and I'm thinking about even quitting our friendship because I feel nothing for her anymore. It just feels like my heart was pulled out and ripped to shreds. I'm not even feeling friendship anymore when I think about it. All I feel is depressed, and this affects me so much that when this is over, around 75% of my social life is over, and I'll be lonely again, just as before I met her. So, am I the asshole? I mean, you did have genuine feelings, and actually reading that over again, I think I'm actually realizing something after all the brain rot I had from your typing. I think this bitch is an attention whore. Reason being is because that time when she called you her best friend, and you felt so giddy and cheerful, and then she says, oh, this person's actually my real best friend, and they bring it up like 3 more times. Ooh. I think she just loved the attention you were giving her. That's my take on it. So, and honestly, like, you're not the asshole for having feelings, man. And coming to terms with those feelings. So you know what, my verdict? You're not the asshole, my guy. You're not the fucking asshole. Next up we have, am I the asshole for telling my sister she's not allowed to bring her homemade food to Thanksgiving because her cooking is ruining the meal? One thing I've learned, if you tell a woman that her cooking is subpar, You better have your grave ready. Every year, our family does a big Thanksgiving dinner, and we all typically bring a dish or two. My sister, who's a lovely person in every other way, insists on cooking something homemade every time. The issue? She's not a great cook. And I don't just mean not great. I mean she has somehow managed to turn classic dishes into borderline inedible creations. For context, last Thanksgiving, she showed up with her special recipe, stuffing that was over-seasoned with random spices like cinnamon and cardamom. Never heard of it. It was dry and the flavors were confusing and totally off for stuffing. Only one person took a small bite and the rest went untouched. Another year, she brought a green bean casserole that had some kind of strange chewy texture. She later admitted that she used coconut milk and almond flour to experiment. No one wanted seconds after that either. So she's spontaneous. Is that a crime? Is spontaneity a crime? Almost forgot the word there. This year, I'm hosting Thanksgiving since I'm responsible for putting it all together. I wanted to keep the menu consistent so that people could actually enjoy a cohesive meal. I thought I'd avoid drama by asking her to bring non-food items instead, like wine, soda, or even some flowers. I explained to her, very kindly I thought, that I just wanted to make things easy and streamlined, and I'd handle the main dishes, but she didn't take it well. The fuck do you expect, man? She got offended and told me I was being controlling and shutting her out of the family gathering. She then accused me of making her feel inadequate and said that Thanksgiving is about contributing, not me deciding what's acceptable. I told her that everyone appreciates her effort, but that she could contribute in other ways and still be part of it. She doubled down and said she's bringing her famous green bean casserole with her, whether I like it or not. Oh, woohoo! You are going to die, my guy. Or my woman. I actually don't know. I actually don't know if it specifies. Now, my mom and a couple of her family members have chimed in saying I should just let her bring whatever she wants because it's Thanksgiving and it's the thought that counts. They're acting like I'm committing some huge offense by wanting the food to be enjoyable and everyone to not have random experimental dishes that no one will eat. But I feel like I'm just trying to keep the meal enjoyable and frankly edible. I don't think it's wrong to want guests to actually enjoy the food, especially since I'm putting in a lot of effort to host. Am I really being unreasonable here? Am I the asshole? Ooh, damn. I'm gonna mostly say you're not the asshole because you're the one hosting Thanksgiving, if I'm reading that correctly. And also, thank you for better typing penmanship. But since you're hosting Thanksgiving, I do think what goes down is up to you. That's just how I view it. But at the same time, no one is forcing you to eat what she's bringing. But before I make any final judgments, there is an update. Alright, well, things have escalated fast. Thanks to everyone who offered advice, I tried to compromise, but it's already turning into a whole thing, and Thanksgiving is still a few weeks away. After our last conversation, my sister was being pretty cagey about what she planned to make, so I reached out to my mom, hoping she could help smooth things over. Instead, she got defensive, saying I'm overthinking, and that's just one dish. I told her that I wasn't sure it was just one dish anymore, especially after hearing about my sister's grocery haul, including canned oysters and edible glitter. What kind of bikini bottom monstrosity is she making? Then my mom let it slip that my sister has been hard at work on some creative menu she's been planning as her Thanksgiving surprise. Apparently, she's been telling the family group chat, which I wasn't included in, by the way, that I'm being controlling and that she wants to expand everyone's palate with some truly unique. And sorry for all the air quotes, but I felt like it was fitting. To top it off, my cousin sent me a screenshot from the group chat where my sister said she's bringing not one, but 3 dishes to Thanksgiving now. She's calling them her Thanksgiving trio experience, complete with their own place settings and little menu cards she's designing. I'm officially panicking because I have no idea what she's planning to serve, and from what I've heard, it's not remotely traditional. At this point, half of the family thinks I'm overreacting, while the other half is texting me things like, is she really bringing glittered sweet potatoes? I feel stuck. If I try to control it anymore, I'm the bad guy. But if I don't, Thanksgiving might turn into a tasting event from my sister's avant-garde cooking. Sure, we'll go with that. So yeah, Thanksgiving is weeks away, and it's already becoming a family spectacle. I don't know whether to brace myself or just preemptively order pizza. Am I the asshole? I mean, it doesn't say am I the asshole, but I assume that's what she meant. I mean, honestly, you can never go wrong with pizza. Pizza's good. But, oh, fuck. To be honest, I think the rest of the family is kind of blowing it out of proportions, because, again, like I said, you're the one that is hosting. And on top of that, now she's bringing 3 dishes. I feel like either one of two things is happening. One, she felt insulted and wants to rub it in your face about how great her cooking is, or she just feels like she needs to prove herself. Which actually, now that I say that, sounds like the same thing. Because, I mean, now there are even members of her own family that are like, is this actually happening? Is she really going to bring sparkly, glittery sweet potatoes or some shit like that? But before I say anything more about it, final update. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she's not allowed to bring her homemade food to Thanksgiving because her cooking is ruining the meal? Remember, the original post was like 3.5 weeks ago. Maybe a little more than that. Now, this was just 17 hours ago, so this should just happened yesterday. Because, I mean, duh, yesterday was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving dinner is officially over, and I genuinely don't know where to start. I feel like I just lived through a fever dream of culinary chaos and family drama, and I need a moment to breathe before I can even process everything. My cousin and I are heading out for drinks to dissect all of it, but because honestly, what just happened deserves its own Netflix special. I'll post photos later when I get home, but for now, let me give you the rundown. Oh, this sounds like a shit show. Oh, everybody buckle in. So my sister showed up earlier than expected, which I should have seen coming. She came in like a storm, carrying not just her 3 dishes, but also this giant platter wrapped in foil, which she was clearly trying to make a big deal about. She immediately started rearranging the table, moving my dishes to the side so hers could take center stage. She even brought her own table runner and candles, saying something about setting the mood for a creative dining experience. I decided not to fight her on it because at this point, I just wanted to get through the night without a blow up. Oh boy. Hey, you know what I would have done? I would have done all this exact same stuff, like just letting her do everything, because I'm just like, okay, go ahead and do your thing. Watch how everyone reacts. Because I just want to watch the chaos unfold. Her trio experience was, well, let's just say it was everything I feared and more. She started with a glittery sweet potato mash that somehow managed to taste like a mix of sugar and sand. The glitter wasn't even edible glitter. Oh no, it was craft glitter, which I didn't realize until one of the kids said, "This is crunchy," and I looked closer. Then there was the cranberry and oyster relish. Yes, oysters and cranberries. It looked like someone had just spilled jam into clam chowder, and the smell alone was enough to make me lose my appetite. Finally, she brought a pumpkin curry casserole that had raisins in it, and for some reason, and this weird fishy smell that clung to the air for way too long. Oh no, Gordon Ramsay's worst fucking nightmare. The more and more you talk about your sister, the more and more I just imagine this hippie pothead with an ever-opening mind and creative thought process flowing. Oh, God! But the piece de resistance, accented correctly, was her surprise centerpiece dish, which turned out to be a turkey gelatin mold. Yes, she took ground turkey, mixed it in with some kind of broth and seasonings, and turned it into a wobbly, translucent mold shaped like a turkey. She even garnished it with parsley and cherry tomatoes to make it festive. I wish I were kidding. The entire table went silent when she unveiled it, except for my cousin, who immediately started coughing to cover up what I'm pretty sure was a laugh. So many things I want to say. So many things, but there's still more to this story. Things hit their peak when my mom, who has been defending her this entire time, took one bite of the gelatin mold and just froze. She didn't say anything, but you could see the regret on her face. My sister, noticing the lack of enthusiasm, decided to go on this long speech about how Thanksgiving food is too boring and how she's trying to challenge our palates. No, it's a challenge our palates. I thought it's a change. She even called my ham and mashed potatoes uninspired, which was rich coming from someone serving glitter sand potatoes. Thanksgiving culture and cuisine is meant to be traditional. I can understand why someone wanting to challenge the status quo and shit like that, but there's a fucking limit. The breaking point came when my aunt, who's usually the peacekeeper, tried the gelatin mold and actually gagged. She tried to be polite about it, but my sister saw her reaction and it completely lost it. She started yelling about how nobody in the family supports her and how we're all stuck in the past with our unoriginal food. She even accused me of sabotaging her dishes by not hyping them up enough to everyone. At this point, half the table was trying not to laugh, and the other half was just staring at their plates, probably wondering how we got here. If you're wondering how we got here, it's because my sister is a fucking nutcase. Like, seriously. You make this food, which I can only assume now is out of the Goosebumps cookbook. Everyone reacts the same way with some form of disgust, and you still think everybody else is the problem. And what the fuck was that with, where the fuck was it? She started yelling about how nobody in the family supports her. Bitch, your mom supported you the entire fucking time! What the fuck do you mean no one supports you? You act like a couple right now! Okay, no, I'm getting too worked up. My sister ended up storming out of the house, but not before saying something along the lines of, "You'll regret not appreciating my vision when I'm famous." She left most of her food behind, which my cousin and I quietly threw out after dinner. The rest of the night actually turned out pretty nice once the tension has gone down. My dad's emergency ham was a lifesaver, and everyone agreed that next year we're either going to a restaurant or just skipping Thanksgiving altogether. So now I'm sitting here wondering how this even became my life. I'll post photos later because you all need to see the turkey gelatin mold to believe. But for now, I'm off to grab a drink, or 3, with my cousin to laugh and or cry over everything that went down. This Thanksgiving was truly something else, and I don't know whether to feel relieved it's over or brace myself for whatever fresh chaos my sister has planned for next year. Stay tuned for photos. It's going to be worth it. Am I the asshole? Wow! Yo, this is a phenomenal fucking story. And an amazing way to end this off. Ultimately, you are not the asshole. Especially if your sister fucking tantrumed at the end. You are not the asshole. Your sister is a child. And I can just imagine the sister when she said that line about regret. I feel like it would have been something like this. You'll regret not appreciating my vision when I'm famous. Something like that. Oh, wait. Oh my god, did she post the photos? Oh, I don't think she posted the photos yet. Oh, that would have been great to end it off. God damn it. If she does end up posting the images, I'll probably just put them on a regular post on my channel. But oh my god. What a way to end it. This makes the other 2 stories feel like nothing. But you know what? Thanksgiving is always crazy, and we're going to leave this off right here. I've been Floz MG. This has been Thanksgiving Reddit stories. I might do Christmas stories next month as well. Just know how bad those are going to go. If you want to see more videos like this, leave a like. It really does help me out, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.